Here's the 0-1. This is going to be a tough play. Bryant, the Cubs win the World Series. Bryant makes the play. It's over. And the Cubs have finally won it all. 8-7-10.
Welcome to Club 120. The ultimate roundtable for diehard Cubs fans and lovers of all things sports and lifestyle.
Strike three, you're out.
Hosted by Neil and Nate, two former baseball players and coaches turned loud mouths with strong opinions and even stronger banner. Get ready for quick-hitting, time-answer segments packed with wit, laughs, and the occasional heated debate. From analyzing Cubs on-field action to diving into off-field drama, no topic is off limits. So grab your glove, pour a drink, and pull up a seat at Club 120, where the banner's quick, the takes are hot, and the Cubs always come first. Let's get started.
Play ball.
Hello, Cubs friends. It's 120. You know what that means. It's time to grab an old style and a bleacher seat. You're in Club 120. Let's talk Cubs. I'm Nate, and with me as always is a man who once platooned at first base at Clark the Cub in Little League, Neil. What's on today's lineup card, Coach?
Well, it's episode 20, man. I didn't know when we started this thing if we'd ever get to episode 20, but here we are. Episode 20, we're about a third of the way through the Cubs season. I like where we set. Big show today, huge show. As always, thank you to anybody who watches, listens, whatever. Thanks for taking time out of your day to spend with us. It's off day Thursday. So we're going to go through the rundown real quick. We're going to start with the Cubs checkup, a third of the way through the season here. The next topic is Oblique Outbreak, and then on to trade priorities, pitch lab payoff, a Stix and Swords update, and we'll round it out with a preview of what's to come for the following week. So here we go, man. Give me your Cubs checkup. 56 games in?
Yeah, we're right at that 1/3 mark, which is a great spot. I think everything's kind of filtered to where it's supposed to be. The bad teams are the bad teams, and the good teams are the good teams. And I think you have pretty clear defined ideas of where that's going to go. And there's a healthy middle this year. I'm happy to be on top. Baseball's fun, and it's fun on the north side right now. Cubs are a very good baseball team. Heck, I was texting with my dad, who's actually a Ranger fan, and he was like, wow. And I was like, no, they're a really good team. That's how I left it with him. He's like, they seem good. So I'm great. I mean, we set out with the WTS, win the series. Well, we're tied for the most. That's 13 series wins. That's most in the majors, as the Tigers finished one off today as well. So, there's not an offensive stat that the Cubs aren't in the top 5 for. So you can call it whatever you want as far as the offense is concerned, but it is electric, and it is exciting. The only concerns that I have are on my Swords guys. Bullpen's only converted 13 of 21 save opportunities. We're giving up a 248 batting average against, which in today's major leagues is dang near Hall of Fame worthy.
Yeah, that's Hall of Fame worthy.
So, the only thing I can say is this. I'm concerned about that, but also nobody had let's lose our 1 and 2 starters on our bingo card. So as far as where I stand right now, man, we are at the top of where we wanted to be, and I don't think we could have asked for anything better given the first month of the series, the season. And I think that's probably the best way to look at it. What stands out for you?
Well, so, the strengths are obviously the solid defense, and I am in love with the young energy, man. Like, the young energy is contagious. I love it. And you have the balance like Rossi was on the 2016 team. I think that's what Justin Turner is for this group. The weakness, though, is obviously the injury toll and the bullpen usage is questionable still. But I threw this one on there, and it's mind-boggling because we do offensively lead the league in most categories, but it is also inconsistent. Like, okay. It's like, we're going to either score 20 runs a night or 3 runs a night. Like, it's It's man, I would settle for that. You know, we average 6 runs a game. I would settle for that. Like, let's just score 6 runs a game. Like, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. So, yeah. Here's one question before we move on to the next topic.
Yeah.
Are the Cubs? Do you feel like they're they're overachieving, they're B, they're underachieving, or do you feel like they are right where they should be a third of the way through?
Man, that's a really good question because I think it has so many layers. I think that our young guys are overperforming. I think our veterans are performing where they're at. And I think there's a lot of that's underperforming as far as some of the bullpen and some of the starting pitching that's been a little questionable of late. So I would say that we are where we're supposed to be. And I would say we're right. I'd say, was that B? We're right at it. We're performing as expected. If you put it all together, yes. If you look at PCA in just that's ahead of schedule. If you look at Cade Horton, that's ahead of schedule. But give me B. We're right where we're supposed to be because I want to be in first place. I expected us to be in first place. How we got there, that's a story worth 56 games telling, right?
Okay. So our next topic has been, I know, something that you and I offline have talked about several times.
Sure.
This oblique outbreak, right? Like it's a thing at this point. Like it's we used to joke that the oblique injury was the phantom injury. Like, Merriweather or whoever has sucked their last 2 times out, he's going to have a mysterious oblique injury that's going to cause him to miss some time. But man, I mean, here, I'm just going to lay this out there and I'll let you run with it. But are these training related? Is it bad luck? Is it over rotation? Is this, and then to follow up to that, is this a Cubs specific issue or do you think this is a league wide trend?
Right. Well, I think going back to the original part, the oblique, it became the phantom injury because it is kind of I don't know how I did this. You could sneeze and you pull an oblique, right? So any swinging, any catching, any activity these guys are doing, they could tweak it. So it's easy to go there because it's one of those muscle issues that you can't define. It's like, oh, it's up in there, so it's an oblique. They have scans on it now, but that's what they would kind of give it as. Is it a league-wide thing? I don't know. I haven't seen a ton of that, just simply because we know that's how it works, right? It's the lower back or the oblique that they phantom it, so we can't pinpoint it. However, we did talk at the beginning of this year that the Cubs did make a training room change. And so there is a whole new staff. Now they're not new to the Cubs. They were the minor league guys. They got moved up to the bigs. So it is something to watch because I do believe I've actually mentioned that in episode 2 or 3 when we were going through spring training and said, this is something to watch. And now we actually have something that's there. Is this a training issue? I would lean towards yes, simply because of look at the bodies that are doing it. It's Happ, it's Amaya, it's Hodge, it's Assad. There's really no rhyme or reason. It's not only the right-handed hitters. It's not only right. So it's all different body types here and players. I think that's the problem. I think we have a training issue, and it's probably some torque thing that they're doing in the training room that they've got them doing. You've seen them do all the weird stuff, cutting edge training stuff, and I'm concerned.
Do you feel like it's at the point for you where it's time we look at the medical staff and say something's got to change here?
I think that's already been asked.
So you think we're already there?
I think we're already there. I mean, this many guys, yes. I think that there's a complete review going on whenever you're losing guys on a weekly basis, basically since the second day of spring. So yeah, I think that's an issue and it's being asked. And a lot of it comes from, in my mind, this is a brand new staff, so they don't have years of experience in this clubhouse. They've made some moves with some guys, so this is new. So there's probably some new stuff being done.
Okay, so moving on. You and I had this conversation last night.
Mm-hmm.
You were trying adamantly to bait me.
Look, I know you're not big on giving names. Like, you don't want to get sucked into being tied to somebody's name that was I get it. So you don't want to throw a lot of things out there as far as names and hypotheses. You don't want to talk about other teams' guys. Got it. Okay. But I do have a question for you.
Well,
If
hold
you
on.
break,
You need to introduce the topic here first. It's trade
Oh,
priorities. So
that's right.
at the deadline, what are we doing?
Right. It's the priority of the zones that I've identified here, which is a bat, a bullpen arm, and a starting pitching arm. So those are the 3 areas that you can rate. Which one would you rate as the most important as far as starting pitching, bullpen, or a bat right now?
Yes.
Okay. So you want to see the cover?
I mean, look, I don't know. I mean, like we're down. We're not getting Steele back. Amaya's, or I'm not Amaya. I'm sorry. We have so many injured guys. They're all getting. Shota is getting. He gets pushed back. It seems like weekly.
Mhm.
So if that's the look, then yeah, we need a starter. If we're going to get Shota back, and in what form do we get him back? There's too many questions to say this is on my bulletin board. This is what I want, and this is what I need. If you would have asked me 3 weeks ago, it was a bullpen arm, hands down, no question. A guy that can lock down the bullpen. Now we're out. Now Hodge is gone, so now we still need a bullpen guy. And I got to be honest with you. I'm sure Jan was excited. Presley got the 9th last night, but I wasn't overly impressed. Like, did he get 3 outs? Sure, he did. Was it pretty? No.
No, that third one was very hard to come by. And that's been his issue lately, is even the other day he got 2 outs quick, and I was like, wow, did he just, and then he's out because he walked a guy. So okay, so if you're,
To me, look, here's what I can rate the least.
okay,
Would I love another bat? Sure. Do I think that? No. That's what I would least care about, honestly. I think Matt Shaw, his stint down in AAA has paid off.
Yeah.
In droves, right? Like, I mean, he's a new kid since he's come back. And if
Yeah.
he stays right there offensively with what he's given us on the defensive end, I mean, he's fitting right in with Dansby and Nico with some of the plays he's making over there. He can stay where he's at offensively for all I care. I mean, heck, he delivered the walk-off last night.
He did. And I think that little reset's been fantastic. And he's flying around the yard with a lot more confidence. And I think that's what you're seeing, right? Defensively, offensively, he's not chasing. He's got really good balance, and his feet are there. He's got a foundation. So, yes, keep him there. Okay, so this kind of transitions to our next topic, and I'm going to bring it back to this because I think these two go hand in hand. What is our trade priority? You said, oh, well, we lost Hodge, so that's an interesting deal. Our next idea is the pitch lab and the success and the progress of the pitch lab. Do you believe that this newfound angle that we've got to get more life out of 35-year-old guys and identify problems, do you think that this has changed the priority for the Cubs in their trade board? Because there's more guys coming in every week for this pitch lab, and it's like, what if it's the next Drew Pomeranz?
Yeah. So, we'll just jump right into the pitch lab payoff here. I mean, like, you're not going to find a guy who can say more good things about Tyler Zombro than me. I mean, this guy has been able to literally turn rocks into diamonds. Like, I mean,
Quickly.
like Boyd. I mean, Boyd was not necessarily a rock, but still he's producing far better than what anybody thought he would. Look at Pomeranz. Pomeranz is exceeding everyone's expectation. Nobody saw this. Nobody saw this coming.
Never thrown this well in his life. Honestly, I mean, he might have dominated like this in high school. That made him first round pick, right? So, I mean, he had to dominate at some point, but he has not dominated big league hitters at this clip in a while. I mean, just a long time. I mean, it's got to feel great. I mean, Keller's another one, flexing.
Keller, flex. I mean, you could go down the list. The improvements in velocity and movement profile. I mean, did you even JD and Boog last night were like, while Justin Steele's in the booth, they're like literally speechless at the movement on this dude's four-seam fastball.
Yeah. Yeah, it's whatever they're doing. And here's kudos to these guys. These are all pros. I mean, these guys are having to make changes. But you know what? Never underestimate a man's power to motivate or change himself when he's down to his last opportunity, right? I mean, you got one more shot at the show, right? This is what they're telling Drew. Like, you're stuck at AAA. You do this change, and here's your shot. So if I got a small problem and I'm kind of sitting out there on the wings, I'm signing up for a pitch lab. Like, why do we not have more guys? But we do have one, which is interesting. Like, the question now becomes, like, it's almost like a full trust for me, right? I mean, I'm full send. If they call up somebody next week, it's like, well, they've figured something out. He's ready to come dominate for 3 to 6 innings right now.
It's not even that. It's like, yeah, within our system, but like, we made a move last night for I can't even Mets
Genesis Cabrera.
Yeah, we made that move last night, and like 3 months ago, I'd been like, "What are we doing? Like, we just adding to the garbage pile. Like, what's going on?" But it's like you don't even you're like, "Okay, all right, here you go. Here's a new toy. Like,
Yep.
Let's see what you can get out of him."
How soon is he there? The other one that's down there right now that we haven't seen yet is Kenta Maeda, who's had some success at the big league level as well. So there's a couple of projects that are down there. Tom Cosgrove is still down there. Tyson Miller's still getting tuned up. These are all pro guys. We're not hoping on rookies to come up here. And I think, honestly, that's the bullpen plan for the rest of the year. I don't think we're going to see a push for a Mason Miller. I don't think we're going to see a push for any of the closers that might be out there or potential closers. I don't see that. I think they're going to stick with the pitch lab and the success that it's proven. And like you said, it doesn't matter who they're going to call up. We're riding them. And we're excited about it because we got new toys and these guys are bought in, and I love to see it. It's great.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And like it's like you kind of hinted at it. And it's what I was hinting at is that Tyler Zombro, as far as I'm concerned, has a blank check. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you want to pick up somebody that's been DFA'd by someone else, or if what's interesting to see is when we do that,
right,
some of these guys are not getting picked up.
Right.
Because it's like the rest of the league has taken note. Like, well, if Zombro and these Driveline guys, if they can't get him ironed out,
yeah,
how can we?
Sure. Yeah, I think and it's one of those money ball moves that's paying off in droves right now in outs, in big situation, high leverage outs for the most part. And that's there. My question is this. I got one for you here, or a little hypothetical. What if Tom's leaning into Jed and saying, listen, you only get one deal that's prospect related. The rest, you have to use all those bags of cash consideration sitting back there. You can use all of those.
Yeah, well, you know how I feel about that. If I'm Jed, I'm saying, yeah, well, you can tell me what I can and can't do, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm a free agent. So, I'm hashtag extend Jed. Again, I'm going to say it till I'm blue in the face. We're 12 games above 500?
Yep.
12 games above 500. We're 3 games ahead in the Central Division. We've had the toughest schedule in all of baseball, and he did it under budget.
Like $20 million is not under budget. That's that's half of Pittsburgh's budget.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, what else do you want from the guy? Like, what's it, if this is the results that don't get you an extension, what does? Like, geez.
Well, I think that's what maybe Tom's waiting for, is the other shoe to drop, right? I mean, there's always been this swoon. We had it last year at this time, right? We were somebody said it out. There's a 13 game difference between this space this year than last year. We were 500. We had that big May swoon. So maybe it's that. I don't know. Extend Jed has to happen. I think that motivates everybody else in the room, that there's this feeling. You watch them on the walk-off. You watch this team. You look at, people want to do similarities to 2016. I think this team just has a vibe in and of itself, and I think that's what the 2016 team had, right? They had their own identity. They knew who they were, and they embraced it. And this team is doing the same thing right now. Quite honestly, they're doing it in a different way. I mean, they steal bags. They find a weakness and they keep poking at it until they can. And that's some dangerous stuff. That's predator stuff. That's predator offense, when they're stealing bags on first moves on lefties just because they want to. things like that. That's good stuff.
Okay, so I've got we got about 7 minutes here.
Yep.
And we got 2 more topics to get through. Obviously, the Sticks and Swords update. I mean, you are just the walking wounded at this point.
It's a constant power play, isn't it?
It's unbelievable. So the Sticks are winning 266 to 243. So it's still close. I mean, that could all turn in 2 games.
Sure.
But yeah,
well,
man.
Back and we're going to go back to full strength. I think that's the case that we're looking at here. But to me, it's still been fun because there's sometimes when I'm like, oh man, he had a big night, but the 9 hits that the Cubs put up, only Dansby and PCA had him that night. So it's been fun to watch. And
you have any surprises on your side?
Man, I mean, Colin Ray just coming in and just putting up numbers. I mean, that dude, his biggest problem was he couldn't miss bats. He couldn't miss bats. He was a 5 ERA guy, 4.5, 5 ERA guy because he just couldn't miss enough wipeout bats. And right now he's just dialed in, and it's been really refreshing. Thank you for the ad there. Otherwise we'd have been way dead in the water, but he's been very refreshing to watch. Big concern though, that we're probably going to lose one. If Ben Brown does not dig in here in the next 2 starts, he might be the one that when Shota comes back finds a new role. Because Cade Horton is bulldogging up there on the mound, and he's not missing too many first pitch strikes. And, that's a tough spot to be.
It was good to see an OG dog, Justin Steele, in the booth yesterday. That was good. See him back in Chicago.
Have you been following him on his TikToks and stuff?
Yeah, his wife has really been posting a lot of his
keeping him in spirits and keeping him going. So that's good. That's a tough place to be, especially whenever he's been away from the club for that long. Right in the middle of the season. This isn't the off season where he's off, they're all on their own for a little bit.
All right. So weekend preview.
Your favorite coming to town.
Jeez. Yeah.
Why?
I mean, I'm an hour from Cincinnati and didn't go because I just never felt good about one game in that series. I mean, what a series it was. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And the way they finished it out, but geez, I never felt good about a single game, even prior to the game.
Do you feel better coming into this week?
I do. It's at Wrigley. And I think I don't really follow a lot of other teams. I'm kind of in the Cincy bubble here where I'm located. So I do see more of their stuff. And I had always heard and I'd been hearing about how bad their bullpen was. But I mean, not until you saw it firsthand,
right.
Geez. I mean, at this point, it's just a race to get their starter out.
So let me ask you this. Is there a little bit of a game being played since all the starting pitching for Cubs is TBD and we know that they're starting with Abbott?
I tell you, the game I would play is I would play you have to do wind sprints or you have to buy everybody in the clubhouse dinner if you don't see 7 pitches per at bat.
Just turn this into a Yankees-Red Sox game.
I don't care. Just go up there and see 7 pitches so that this guy throws literally 4 innings and is done, and then let's go play baseball. Let's play a 4-inning game.
Okay. I think that's a really good pick to click and a theme to watch here as we head to the weekend right there is pitch counts. Because I think you hit it on the end for them, but our biggest problem is not that. I think our biggest problem is getting guys to extend right now. We've been having good enough games, but they've just had that one inning where they just can't get there besides J-Mo, who's the last guy banging the 7th inning. I'd love to see that, especially with the way this bullpen had to been used this week. It's going to be a good start to see this, first real division foe here in town.
Yeah, I like that it's at home.
Yeah. It's going to be
what about at Washington?
None of those 3 games at Cincy were not fun, even though we won 2 of 3. At Washington is scary because they're kind of athletic, and if you catch the right arms, their first couple guys can really go. So they're young. They kind of have a little bit of they don't give a darn attitude about them. So they're kind of scary athletic. And they can get you, especially on the road, they can get you.
Yeah, but I think the schedule turns a little bit after that series. Like, I think it gets a lot harder.
Yeah.
So
there's some business to be taken care of here between Cincinnati and Washington before we get to, I believe, what is it, Philly?
All right, so let's finish with this. What's the minimum number of wins across the next 6 games that you accept?
Accept? Oh, man, 4. I want 4. I mean, this is just 2 wins, 2 series wins. Just keep going.
You want 4 out of 6.
4 out of 6. Keep winning the series. Take care of your business and get the job done against 2 teams that, quite honestly, you think you own because they're there, and the other one they're not as good as you. So you just keep your foot on them.
I like it. I say we sweep Cincy and then go 2 out of 3 in Washington. That's what I say.
All right, that's good feels right there. It's good feels.
Yeah, that's I'm calling my shot right there.
I love it. Well, then let's have a good weekend here, Cubs friends. We're looking forward to it. We'll see you guys out of Wrigley and getting after it.
Absolutely. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for taking your time to spend with us on this Thursday off day. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe, all social media platforms at Club 120 Show. Visit us online. Go buy some cool merch on www.club120show.com. That's all for us. Go Cubs, go.
Go Cubs, go.
This has been Club 120. Neil and Nate have practically spent their entire lives doing something centered around baseball. And with these guys, you're going to get quick-hitting, time-answer segments packed with wit, laughs, and, yes, heated debates. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, you can find us on all social media platforms at Club 120 Show. And, of course, the website at www.club120show.com. Until next time, go Cubs, go!